Talk about this client that you see me using here. This is called the Thinkorswim platform. This is through TD Ameritrade, and I really like this platform. I use it on a regular basis whenever I am analyzing my stocks. I don't use the Robinhood to actually do my searching. And what I like about this is, it has everything that you could possibly need. Just all right here. And I don't actually make any purchases inside this actual platform because they do charge, I believe, like $6.95 per transaction. So I actually don't have any money in on this. I just used the client. So yeah, it's called Thinkorswim. You guys should definitely check it out if you don't know about it. And there's a lot of just really good information. And I'm just gonna kind of show you guys how it works. And I'm gonna use InBev here as an example, and we'll see, kind of how that goes. Alright, so right here, we're on the 180-day chart. So this is how Dogecoin has performed over the last 180 days. Uh, InBev. See, I'm like all obsessed with Dogecoin. I'm not even gonna delete that. I'll give y'all that to laugh at me about. Okay, so InBev here, we can see how it's performed over the last year, or half a year. So I want to go ahead and go into the 1-day chart. And we'll see that today was a very good day for InBev, which, I've been watching this stock for the last few days, and I was lucky enough to be in a position on it. And, let's go back to the last 5 days. And, as you can see, there was this really tight trading area right in here, right before the breakout. So that's one of the indicators before something's possibly going to go on a bull run is just a really tight trading pattern. So, you know, these lines that you see here, let me go back in a little bit closer. So these are just all the different indicators that you can use. As you can see, this is the lower band for the VWAP, and this is the middle band, and this is the top band. And as you can see, InBev was trading in between the middle and the top, and it actually broke through. That little screen there is really annoying. It actually broke through, and throughout the day, it traded, throughout it. So let me try and get rid of the screen real quick here. Alright, so I did not figure it out. I want to get rid of this little menu right here, but can't figure that out. I'm still new on this platform, and it's really in depth, so I got a lot more learning to do on it. Um, so, anyways, but it's something that you guys should check out and mess around with because this is kind of been helping me with my trades and being able to spot, more potential as compared to trying to find stocks on the Robinhood charts. It's just not as in depth, and it'll lead you on and make you think that what you're doing is actually a good trade, but if you come right over here and look, it's not. So I'm just going to use some other stocks as examples, and I just got them in alphabetical order, and these are all just kind of cheap stocks that sometimes I trade or am keeping an eye on. And so we'll go to, this is a good stock as far as the pattern of it. So its daily chart isn't very pretty. As we see, it had some really aggressive activity. But if we go ahead and just go to the 180-day chart, we'll see that this stock is on a uptrend climb. And so this is a pretty good stock for holding over a period of time, I would say. So we'll continue to move on. This is an example of a bad stock. Um, I mean, I'm not saying that this stock is not ever going to come up, but I purchased some of this stock on Webull, and I've been stuck. I'm down by like 20 something dollars on it on Webull. I purchased in about right in here, and as you can see, it has not risen back up since that point. And so I've been sitting on it for for a couple weeks now. I've just been not being able to do anything. So, that was definitely a bad buy. It does show signs of hitting the bottom here. So it's just a matter of time, I guess, but we'll see. And, here's another one. I do like this particular stock here as well. I haven't done too many trades with it, but I do notice that it's always um, pushing up and it'll drop back down to a range and then it pushes up again. As we can see, it has a nice pattern of doing that. So that's really good. And here's one that I want to keep an eye on. As we can see, it had a really high spike at the beginning of this year, around the same time as cryptocurrencies. And if we look, it's at a really low price, just like cryptocurrencies. And the reason why that is because this is revolved around. It's linked to the blockchain technology. So we're going to go ahead and look at the news on it. And it doesn't have too much recent news. And it's talking about some clothing right here. But I'm not going to read this story. But long story short, this is a technology type thing. And I'm going to hold on to it. Or watch it. I'm not really buying this stock right now. So I'm just gonna watch it because as we can see, it's had a really flat line process going on here, and a lot of times stocks will do this right before they shoot up. So I mean, not always. So you can't just always go for that, but that is sometimes a good indicator. And we'll look at in city. And as you can see, this stock is just now starting to push up. I purchased in about right here. So, I'm up a little bit, but I'm going to continue to hold some of these because, as you can see, it just has these random spikes just out of nowhere where it just shoots way up and then, it consolidates and goes back to normal. But, if I could get in on one of them huge spikes, hey, that'd be great. And here's another one of the stocks that I've been watching, and I do have a good feeling about the overall direction of this stock as well. As you can see, it's had some pretty aggressive movements. But let's go ahead and look at it on a smaller chart. Let's look at it on the 5-day chart. So as you can see in the last 5 days, it was trading down and it had this big spike here. So let's go ahead and look in the last day. And I know today's been not the most active day for it. It's been kind of staying in the same level. It did go above the middle VWAP in between, and it pushed up against the top VWAP, but it didn't break through. So it went ahead and went back down, bounced off the bottom VWAP, and here we are. So, I would say that tomorrow it's going to bounce back in between the middle VWAPs here and hopefully try to break through this top VWAP. We'll see, but that's my put on it. And this is just a stock that I just started watching, so I don't really know much about it at this point. I'm just kind of using all these as examples, showing you guys how this works, and of course if you want to zoom in on something like say we want to look at this drop right here, we can just do that and it'll zoom in on that specific area. Then you just double click and it'll go right back out. And you can also, to add your indicators, you're going to want to go up to studies and you're going to want to add studies, and